What's up, guys? Barrett, and today I am going to play, or I'm going to show you how to play Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix. Let's get into it. So you start off with, I like to do the third finger myself, with the 3rd fret of the B string, and you slide it up to the 5th fret of the B string, and then back to the 3rd fret. Now the only thing that's interesting about this slide is that you want to do it with B and E together. So you go. Now for anyone who cares about the music theory happening here, what we're doing is we're going from a D to an E, so we're just sliding up to that same note that's a high E here. So he's sliding into the note and then back out of the note. But he goes da da da, da da da. It's very important to make the first slide faster and the second slide dramatically slower. Dun. Otherwise you don't get the effect. Now you also have to have the angle of your finger high enough to where you're not going to mute this string, obviously. So you have to learn how to slide at the right angle. And you get. Now from this point, you bring your 3rd finger to the 4th fret of the G string, and you do a pull off to 2, and then 2 pulls off to open. So you only pick once, you go. So if you need to practice that, that's a pull off to open. Figaro. You can do that all over the place to practice it. That's a pretty cool lick, actually. Anyways, so you do that slide up, slide back, and then do that pull off. And then you do a hammer on the D string from open to 2. And that's like the first part of it. So you go slide up, slide down, 4 to open, hammer on to 2. And then you hit the E. If it's still an E, yeah, this guitar goes out of tune. And then you put your fingers into a E major shape. Okay, so you hit that bass note nice and hard, and then you play the rest of the chord. So now the second half goes. I like to use my 2nd finger, and you go on the A string, and you play. It's like a slide from 4 to 5. Okay, but you play the low E with it. Wait, no you don't. Wait, hold on. This time you don't, sorry. Now you put the low E with it. So you go. That's right, so you do, okay, sorry. You do a slide first, then you play the low E, then you play 5 and 5, then you play the low E, 4, 4, low E, and then you go back to the chord. So it's this back and forth. Then the last part of the lick is you go all the way up here to 7 and 9, and you get in this barred kind of shape, and you do a hammer on from 7 to 9 on the D string. Okay? And then you do a double stop, or like a barred 7/7 on the G and the B. And you do that 3 times, like a triplet. So you might want to just practice that. Hammer on, double stop. So he goes. And then he goes straight into the chords. Now the chord progression is not that barred, but let's go ahead and just go through the intro one more time. So you slide up, slide back down, pull off, hammer on, bass note, E chord, F to slide to 4 slide to 5, E low E, double stop, low E, double stop, low E, chord, then this lick. Oh my God. Now, what he does is the chord progression is a C major chord to a G major chord to a D major chord to an A major chord to an E. Alright, so get that in your head first. C, and you only strum 2 times on each chord. So C, G, D, A, E, and then E gets a longer time. E. Now, to make this more interesting, what I like to do is something that I think he does too, something similar, is he plays the bass note of each chord, so it'd be 3 of the C, and then he goes 3 of the C, 2 on the D, and then he plays the rest of the chords, so you get this, okay? Then you go to the G and do the same thing. Then you do the D, the same thing. Then the A, the same thing. So we're just playing the 2 lowest notes of each chord, and then we're strumming the rest of the chord, basically. Now what I did with D there is sometimes you can put the pinky into that D chord. Zeppelin did this a lot. Okay, and so that's a really kind of cute way to make the D sound interesting. It's actually what I did in Dad's theme song. But anyways, and then you go to the A. Now when you get to the E, you hit the E and you do this cool ass pinky thing where you go low E, 3, low E, 3, open. But the rhythm goes da 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 da, okay? See, Jimi Hendrix was a master at not only crazy licks, but keeping a bass movement while doing crazy licks. So that's one of those bass movement kind of things. So you put all that together and you get da 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 da, and you kind of bend it a little bit, just because it's blues, you know. So you put all that together and you get. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.